Here's a day in the life of a Japanese corporate slave who's chosen to live in a van instead of getting tied down to a house. It's 12:10 p.m. and Masako has just wrapped up her morning grind and headed back to her car. She's 28, living solo in Tokyo, and works as a secretary for a big company CEO, raking in around $4,000 a month. As she steps into her cozy van, Masako turns on the fan and plops down on her comfy couch to chill. Given the hustle and bustle of her job, she usually skips the company cafeteria and goes for dining in her van and a quick power nap to recharge. After a few minutes of shut-eye, she's good to go for lunch. Her van's got all the fixings, like a fridge, a sofa, and a sink in the middle with the back half set up for sleep. It's small but does the trick. She grabs some bread and a drink from the fridge and enjoys her lunch, followed by a well-deserved beer to unwind. Originally, she'd saved up for a house down payment, but the thought of a lifelong mortgage freaked her out. So she invested that cash in a van, pimped it out, and embraced the van-dwelling lifestyle. And guess what? There are plenty of young people like her in Japan who share her mindset. No house, no wedding bells, no kids. They make money today and spend it today without saving. Scholars in Japan call it the low desire society. After her meal, Masako kicks back on the couch for a quick nap. At 1:20 p.m., she's up and ready to tackle the rest of her workday. As an experienced secretary, her hours are all over the place, depending on the CEO's agenda. At 7:30 p.m., she clocks out and treats herself to some ramen at her favorite joint since cooking in the van can be a bit tricky. With her belly full, she plans to drop $70 at a pinball arcade, hoping for a lucky streak. It's one of her few hobbies, but she ends up losing all the money. Afterward, it's off to fill up her gas tank and scout out a spot where she can park and freshen up with a shower. Living in a van feels a lot like having a teeny apartment, with the only hitch being the lack of a bathroom. However, as long as she can park at spots with public restrooms, she's all good. It may be a bit inconvenient, but it significantly reduces her living expenses, giving her extra cash to spend somewhere else. Since it's the weekend tomorrow, Masako wraps up the day with a shower and heads back to her cozy van. She fires up Netflix on her bed and crashes whenever the sleep bug bites. This wraps up another day in the life of a corporate slave in Japan.